Now, what's shocking is that these weapons are used by the Pakistan army, and Pakistan's protection to terrorists has been completely exposed yet again. This picture has now gone viral of a Hizbul terrorist being clicked with an M4 weapon, a weapon that is provided to Pakistani army. So this proves beyond a doubt the nexus that that the Pakistani army has with these terrorists, how terrorists are being funded by Pakistan, how their weapons are also being supplied by Pakistan. And this is the image that really blows the lid on Pakistan and their role as far as terror in Kashmir is concerned. Let's go across to Zeenat for more details on this. Zeenat, that incriminating picture is now out on our screens as well. Give us a sense really of the details that we have at this point. This is an M4 weapon that the terrorist is seen carrying, a weapon that's used largely by the Pakistan army.
Yes, absolutely. This is a weapon M4 which is in the hands of the Hizbul Mujahideen militant of the South Kashmir. His name is Samir, and also he is known also as Hamas of Hizbul Mujahideen, who belongs to the Drubgam of the Pulwama district of South Kashmir. Now, obviously, what is interesting in this picture is that he's carrying a weapon M4, which is usually largely being used by the Pakistan army and its rangers. So this clearly indicates that they all not only support these militants, they not only fund these militants, but now also the weapons are coming from across the border for these militants, as is clearly seen in this picture. Obviously, it has sent a signal here in the security camp as well, who are also investigating now that how come the Hizb militants who usually deal with the AK-47, 57 or an Insas rifle now are having the M4, which is basically a US made and is also in US armed forces known as weapon of choice, because it's not only light, but it's very light and it is semi-automatic. So obviously it is big concern for the security forces that not only the militants that used to infiltrate from across the border used to infiltrate here, but now the Pakistan is sending weapons also across the from across the border for the militants in Kashmir.
Yes,
this clearly indicates the nexus, the way they are pushing terror. The way they are pushing terror, not only with the human lives are now being sent from across the border, people are coming from across the border, militants, the Jaish, LET is infiltrating, but now also the weapons are being supplied to the militants here. This is a living example that M4, which is usually used by the Pakistani army and its ranger, now is in the hands of the Kashmiri militant in South Kashmir.
You know, this proves beyond a doubt, Zeenat, that these terrorists are being peddled across from Pakistan. We've spoken about how Pakistan has funded these terrorists, and these are advanced weapons that we're talking about. A terrorist cannot get his hands on this simply, by very simple means. It's very clear at this point that there is a nexus between the Pakistani army and these terrorists. There is clear proof now that Pakistan is pushing these terrorists into Indian border.
Yes, absolutely. Not only they are pushing terror to the Indian border, but also now you see the weapons, the way are coming. As we were talking to our sources in the security agencies, now obviously it has astonished them. How come he got such kind of weapon and where from he got? That is the big point here, that where from he got. That means if he has got this weapon, obviously he might be having the connections with the people who got this weapon from outside.
Yes.
He got weapon from
Zeenat,
Pakistan.
Stay with me, because I also want to go across to Mr. Arslan Bhatti, who's joining us on this broadcast. Mr. Bhatti, in many conversations we have had before, you have outrightly denied that these terrorists are being pushed across by Pakistan. Here is the proof for you on our screens right now. This Hizbul terrorist has an M4 weapon with him, and which you must know is used commonly by the Pakistan army.
Look, Pakistan has never tried to push Pakistan. Rather, every time tried to kill all the terrorists and their facilitators when and where they are present. The weapon which was used by Pakistan army, what you said, I am not sure about it, but the Pakistan government is committed, Pakistan army is committed, Pakistani all crime agencies are committed to eliminate terrorism and terrorists from its soil. Pakistan ever used to push
That's not the reality, Mr. Bhatti. That's not the reality. What we're putting out on our screens is a Hizbul terrorist in Pulwama with an M4 weapon that's used by the Pakistan army. Time and again, India has been reiterating this very fact that the Pakistan army continues to push terrorists into Kashmir.
the weapon of Indian origin, the weapon made by India was easily available in Pakistan and in any other country. There is no harm in it. There is always some leakages in weaponry all over the world. What about America? What about France? What about Britain? All their weapons are leaked.
Okay.
There is no, it is not affect the responsibility that Pakistan was pushing it or Pakistan was giving backup to them. Pakistan
okay, all right, Mr. Bhatti. Mr. Bhatti, thanks for joining us on the broadcast. I'll have to interrupt you.